Bandidos, and we are live again. Welcome. Saturday, August 19th, just after 7 p.m. And today we're picking up where we left off last night. And we're going to be rolling in with some really cool assault rifle builds to get the party started. And then let's see what happens next.
Situation of fight one. What you gonna do? Fight or run? Ain't too many kids bang with us. Situation is fight one. What you gonna do? Fight or run?
All right, so if you joined us last night, then we had a really good stream. And so we ended up creating a really good assault rifle build using one off the shelf that a lot of people overlook. And we ended up using that build for almost the entire stream and then started working on a really cool sniper build after that. But one that I had on the menu, somebody was talking about clutch and wondering if it had been fixed or buffed. And not that I'm aware of, but it was fixed many seasons ago. And it's actually a really good backpack talent. It really is. It's designed specifically for red builds and gets you up to 100% armor on kill, and it's actually really easy to do that. And so we're gonna be building around that specifically. And so you don't need the perfect version, but if you have it, might as well. And so because you're gonna be running crits, it is a crit-based talent. So it's called the Devil's Due. This is a Dark Zone exclusive backpack you can also get by farming named item caches through Countdown or global events. So when it comes with crit chance, of course, because it's Cheska, and then you're gonna want crits on it, and then perfect clutch. So perfect clutch is kind of one of those talents that's not really well written, and I think that's mostly why it's dismissed by the community. But when it comes to adding survivability to your damage build, this is a good one. It truly is. So look, if you're below 20% armor, crits repair 2.5% missing armor. There's words missing here, but up to 20%. So it gets you back up to 20%. And that's nice. That's nice. That's like prevents you from breaking your armor basically, as long as you're shooting, as long as you're critting. So that's decent, right? But not a game changer. It helps. It's the second part that we're really after. So kills, okay? So you kill an enemy anytime you kill an enemy, okay? Allow you to repair up to 100% armor for 4 to 10 seconds. So basically it's saying you have, if you're on an all red build, then you have 10 seconds, like red cores, then you have 10 seconds in any crit. It doesn't say this, I realize, but anytime you crit, it's gonna repair your armor until you get to 100% inside that 10 seconds. Even if you take damage inside that 10 seconds, as long as you're critting, it's gonna repair that damage. So it's crazy good. And so, but as you can see, based on the number of red cores, so it is important that you run the majority red. You don't have to run a pure red build, but you do want the majority of your build red to make this as powerful as it can get. And that's sort of the point with this, okay? Fast time to kill, fast time to heal. That's basically what this setup is going to be, or where you want to use clutch for. If you're not going to do that, if that's not your magic combo, then you're probably better off without clutch, and maybe you want to go with something else like bonus armor and roll into that, or something else, right? Or standard armor on kill if you like. But you don't need a kill here, but even if you do, it's gonna pan out to be a pretty strong armor on kill. And so I'll show you how we're gonna make the build today. So one of the builds that I thought we'd start off with for this backpack talent, okay, so that's the talent we're gonna build around, so that's gonna stick with us, is an all red Heartbreaker. And I don't know if you've run an all red Heartbreaker before, but it competes with Striker. So Striker's advantage is that it's an all damage setup, right? And that's it. That's all its advantage. There's no additional levels of survivability to it. It's just all damage. So weapon handling is part of that. It goes into the damage bucket, and so does RPMs. And that's what Striker gives you. Where Heartbreaker is damage, but it also has the added survivability of bonus armor. So it's not meant to be apples to apples when you're comparing these, because it provides a different value to your build. However, when it comes to DPS and crits, it's pretty darn close. And when it comes to actual gameplay, outside of a piece of paper, you're not even going to notice the difference in time to kill, because if you set this up, especially as an all red, it comes out to be really, really strong. It used to be the strongest gear set in the game until the devs changed it. So when they first released this, it was actually overpowered. It was stronger than Striker. And so they changed it, and it's pretty close to Striker, but just under. And that's what the devs like, right? They like balance. And so they don't want one gear set to be significantly stronger than another one without a reason or some sort of balancer in there, right? And so Striker's allowed to be stronger because it doesn't add any extra survivability. Heartbreaker's allowed to be a little bit weaker because it adds bonus armor. So that's what they want to see. So that's kind of how they balance the game. So anyways, we're going to be using an all red Heartbreaker, and with one of the advantages, of course, it's giving us assault rifle damage instead of RPMs like Striker, but it still gives us the 15% weapon handling, which is good because we want to use some of those stronger weapons that usually need a little bit of handling push. And then Heartstopper basically gives us, let's see here, when enemies are pulled, stacks up to 50 times damage and bonus armor. Okay. And so, but what we're gonna do is run the chest and push that to 100 stacks, because it's really easy. This is one of the easiest stackers. It's actually easier to stack this than it is Striker. And part of the reason why is because you're actually getting survivability along with it, so you can kind of face tank longer with this and build up those stacks faster. Anyways, shotguns are easy to run with this, so we're gonna do that, and then we'll put the laser pointer on. Okay, so I'm running Technician so I can have access to the laser pointer. Now, for the start, I'm gonna run this Kingbreaker because it's just a nice synergy. It's like almost designed for it, but we might change that in the long run. But I got crits on here otherwise, but I do want to try this with other assault rifles. Same ammo could be cool. Obviously, it doesn't come with the laser pointers, so we'd have to work that out. But yeah, we'll see. And then, so we got these two pieces there. Then let's go ahead and run a Heartbreaker holster, I guess, for the moment. And then let's put on Heartbreaker knees. And then let's put on an extra Heartbreaker here just to get it all situated to see where our crits are at. So we're at 47. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and put crit chance on our backpack. Let's get those crits up. 5391. So then now we can afford some crit damage. So I'm actually thinking about running the Catharsis on this. Yeah, let's try that. Let's run the Catharsis. So the Catharsis can give us 30% weapon damage, but also it's going to spit out a heal that could be helpful from time to time. But if we're playing really fast, we might not like that. But let's start with this because this has a nice synergy. And then I'm going to run a shield so that I can collect damage on the shield. So the shield counts as damage, right? Damaging you. And so we're going to put that on. And then I guess I'll go ahead and put on a Fixer just to handle the in-between stuff. Put on, yeah, repair. We're good there. Okay. And then where we at? Crits rise, 4791. So I'll go ahead and run more crit chance on and then run crit damage on the other just to balance it out. Cool. All right, that should be balanced. Yeah, so 53, 103. That's good. All right, and then shotgun. We got crits there. Cool. So really simple setup. You probably all have these pieces. If not, really easy to farm. And so, yeah, so I'm using the shield. Basically, it's a tier 2. And then I'm using it to collect stacks for the mask so that the mask can get its damage. But you're gonna need a shield anyways because we are running all red. So whatever, even if you're not running this mask, a shield is pretty good. It's basically, as you can see, it's an extra 2.2 million in armor on your body. Now, so what's gonna happen is that we're gonna get 100 stacks of bonus armor, even though we're running minimal armor. And we can still run an armor core on this, an extra one, but I want to see how we perform just as with the setup as it is, and then we can start, you know, stacking a little bit more. So let's see here. Just gonna reset that. Let's head down to farm zone. been a while since I've run this gear set. Really good. Blue Manchu, what up, man? Farming for fun. Yeah, I hope you guys are getting geared up for Golden Bullet. It's a couple days away. Pull out your favorite weapons. All right, let's get out there and see how this thing does.
Hostile control point identified.
So yeah, Clutch used to be a lot stronger back in the day. It was so strong that you could crit your way or crit yourself through damage. As long as you were critting, as long as you were shooting, you could heal through it. It's not quite that strong anymore, or I guess it's probably better to say the enemies got a lot stronger, making that more difficult. All right. So as you can see, we still get bonus armor. Even though we're not running much armor, so. All right, this is my territory. It's my house. So our weaknesses are going to be that shield, of course.
Reinforcement complete.
Don't give up, Agent!
We're losing people.
Good heals off that mask. Ooh, it's a right from guy. Use my Achilles heel. That mask keeps breaking. That might annoy the hell out of me here in a minute. I mean, not the mask, the shield. You might want to fix that. The good news is that when you're when the mask purges, it actually takes away the status effects, the dizzy thing, which is pretty cool. But there's no guarantee that's gonna line up for you.
Hostile detected.
Who's over here?
Incoming hostiles detected.
So the mask is doing okay for added damage there.
Detected. Location unguarded by hostiles.
There's a medic over here. I'll let that fool run around. Should probably do a better job using my shotgun. Otaku, appreciate you, man. You're back. In the given mood, you rock, man. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. Say thanks to Otaku if you got a gift. I appreciate that. Hey, philanthropy. It affects you a lot, up to 1,000. Okay, so that's all you need. You just need to get to level 1,000. And that's all you got to worry about. And then from there, just take your time. If you haven't started working on the expertise system, then don't sweat it. All right, don't get all stressed out about the expertise system and feeling like you're missing out damage. Just pace yourself on that. It's not a game changer damage. It's just a little helpful. So it's just another way to grind in the game. Which is good because we do need to figure out what to do with our crap. And they gave us something to do with our crap. So literally our junk. So it is nice that they gave us that option. Donate your junk and get. We're not doing a very good job at building our Heartbreaker stacks because we're killing too fast. So, and the enemies are a little bit spaced out. So that's my bad. I need to pick up that shotgun more, basically. And that'll resolve that. Just use the shotgun more, integrate it more.
Supply room access unlocked.
Oh yeah, you're at like 18. So where are you at, Philanthropy? So yeah, like when I got my watch, so level 40, when you get to level 40, I mean, that's what you want to do is you want to basically grind to level 1,000, you know. And what do you think it'll take, about 30 days maybe to do that? And then in the same time, you want to be building up your library, your weapons library, you know, where you can re-roll things and re-roll your talent library is what I mean. But, you know, in your attribute library, you want those to get god rolls and all the talents in there and all that stuff so that you can make builds easier. Yeah, you got 66. There's no reason to jump straight into heroic. Yeah, just do challenging, you know? I mean, they're pretty close in difficulty, in fact. They're not really that different. The difference is the amount of, I mean, the HP is different, but it's really about how many elites you encounter is the biggest change. Yeah, so today, this is the build we got here. So we're featuring this backpack, and one of the pieces we're looking at right now is the mask. So the backpack's gonna stay with us. So we're featuring a clutch today for heals. And then we got some extra heals coming off of the catharsis from time to time. And then we got the bonus armor that's acting as a shield and then a hard shield. All reds, the idea. So I'm kind of toying around with the shield. I don't know, I mean, the mask, I don't know if I want it. It might not be a game changer. And if we don't, then we could probably run the Picaros and kind of get a free core, which is gonna might average out better than this. And also we got armor regen and incoming repairs, and that's a little helpful. But again, not a game changer. So we can actually, let's change it right away. Let's just run it like this. And then let's put a Picaros down here with crits, something like that. Let's see where's, because I think that's gonna make our crits better. Yeah, it is. So let me put crit damage there. That one, yeah. And then let's put, I'm gonna change the mod here, okay? So I want more headshots on point. So I'm gonna put the stability mod here. That'll really help, right? 20% stability. That's a game changer mod right there. So you should put that on any assault rifle you can, by the way. You'll thank me later for that one. And then the crits wise, we'll need one more crit chance here to replace that. Cool. So this is going to give us 15% weapon damage, and then we get a crit roll on that. So that's the advantage versus the incoming repairs and armor regen that the mask was giving us, right? So, but the mask was also giving us 30% weapon damage sometimes. And then, so this, the way I look at this is that we don't care about the skill haste, but we get the free armor core is the way I look at it. It's like a free armor core, but it does end up being a little bit more damage. I think it's because it's, although it's potentially less than the catharsis, it's more consistent. The catharsis is more consistent. The weakness again is the shield, so we'll gotta figure out what we're gonna do with that. Cause, I mean, sometimes it might be the weapon in a funny way, something that maybe has a faster RPM or does a faster job of moving on to the next target, I guess is what I want to say. Because when you step in front of multiple targets, even though you're doing a good job killing, as you can see, like that shotgun, look at the shield, right? I don't know if we can survive that. Nope. It's way too much damage. Yeah.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles.
I don't know why that missed so many shots right there. So you can't stack on tech with this set, which kind of sucks too, by the way. Oh, you're annoying. Oh, really? I'm fucking pumping lead into your forehead and you can... How do you go? Fucking guy's magic. Come here, magic man. Maybe I want to put on, I don't normally run the spotter chest, but we could try doing that too. It'll give you more, less overall damage, less on the sustain side, more on the burst side. But I'm watching the stacks at 100 stacks. I like the bonus armor part though. I mean, there's a million right there, you know? Yeah, I'm kind of torn. I usually go for the chest. The Heartbreaker chest. Mostly because it doesn't just give you 100 stacks of damage, it's giving you 100 stacks of bonus armor too.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
.1 right there. You see how far we are from full stacks now? Fucking pump that up. 1.3. 1.3, almost 1.4. Yeah. Fucking fire. Make me go all the way over there? Really? DPS is better than mine, apparently, huh? Feels pretty good. Hey, thanks for that sub, Blue. Mr. Manchu. We're not done. We got more to toy around with here. Let me just get this shit. Kind of a nice Habs holster. Is that what's on the map today? I think this is, no, yeah. We got Electric down here. Backpacks, Brazos, that's nice. Okay map, I should say. Yeah, I gotta use that shotgun more, yeah. It doesn't have the kill power though, so that's what keeps me from jumping to it too much. Literally just stacks, and I feel like that's all it's good for. All right, so this is what we got set up so far. And kind of toying around with things. Clear some of this. Keep that. Hold on a second. See what I want to do with it next. I feel like I need to try different weapons, see if I can go a little bit faster. I got a lot of mods. Don't need that shit. Oh, that's what we're gonna try, was the chest piece. So yeah, let's get that in here. We're gonna try the perfect what do you call it? Spotter. Where are you, Spotter? It's probably in my stash. Let me go grab it. Not right there. Yeah, so that'll give us a little bit more upfront damage, less stacking, but it's also going to take away some of our bonus armor advantage. We'll see if we like that better. Yeah, the closer. Thank you. That's the word. So then we don't have to worry about getting the full 100 stacks. Clutch, I do feel like Clutch has always worked, Modest Mouse. It has. It's been working for me for a while. I don't know, a couple years, I guess. I think they fixed it way back in like title update somewhere between 10 and 12. So it's been working for a while. Yeah, it works. The catch is there are conditions to it though. I mean, you do want a faster weapon because the faster you crit, the faster you heal. You want mostly reds on your build, and you want accuracy because if you're missing shots, you're not critting. So those are usually the things you got to work out with it. Now, to be honest with you, like I mostly like it with weapons like the CTAR and, you know, like these 900 RPMs. I feel like it works best with those, and so that's kind of what's making me think like maybe I need to switch up to a faster weapon. Where's this fucking chest piece? Come on, closer. Annoying. Hate having to switch characters for things. All right, let's see what weapons I got up here. That might be decent. We could try it with the Savage Wolverine. It's a good headshot build too. Weapon, that is. And it takes a laser pointer. That's one of the other good things about it. Yeah, let's see if that it's a little faster. It doesn't have the amp damage that the Kingbreaker has, but yeah, I don't know if I have another Honey Badger. I think I just have the Savage Wolverine. You know, space issues. Yeah, it is a good gun though. It is a really good gun, I gotta say. And so when my excuse for running the Honey Badger is just to usually run close and personal, the perfect close and personal. And I like it. I really like it. What up, Luminous? All right, so let's go. What are we looking for? Chest piece. Yeah. Closer. So that's the one we want right there. Let me see if I got another assault rifle too. See, the thing is the pulse, right? I mean, so I'm just not a huge fan of not running the laser pointer. I mean, you can. I just find that it doesn't stack really well, but I might be okay with that if I don't run the Heartbreaker chest piece, since we only need 50 stacks, and so that might make a difference there. But I'm gonna bring some options. We'll just kind of test along the way. Yeah, the Police M4 is good too. I was wondering about bringing in trying the St. Elmo's with this, because it's got such good weapon handling. Maybe it does do a good job at pulling in those headshots and maintaining stacks. Because you do, I mean, it would be cool because it is a free pulse if you can get that headshot. But if the first, let's just say it takes 20 bullets on average to kill an enemy, let's just say, right? And if you spend the first 10 bullets off your mag trying to land that headshot, and you get it in one of those 10 bullets finally, then it's going to take you 30 bullets to kill the enemy. You know what I mean? And then, because now you're starting with your damage, and you got that 20. So I don't know. It's worth a shot. I want to try it. We're playing at a range. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've done the Eagle Bear with this. I've done the Eagle Bear with this, and I've also done the what do you call it? The Bighorn. And the Eagle Bear is the better of the two for this setup. It worked in Countdown. I ran it in Countdown. And I think I ran all headshot damage on it. All right, let's do that. We'll put us at 1691, so we're gonna pull this down to crit damage. $54, $115. That's pretty good. All right. All right, and then we will be trying some of these other weapons too along the way. So let me just grab another one. Like the Burnout, the Cetar, those are good. I'm gonna leave the Shield Splinter off for now. We could also do LMGs, of course, but and stick with assault rifles today. All right. Yeah, the P416 used to be really good. I still like it as a gun. Back, you know, a couple of seasons ago, I would go back and forth between it and the Police M4, but ultimately I'd just be like, nah, the Police M4 is just better.
High threat enemy patrol detected. Reinforcements en route.
Hell's shooting at me. Wow. Really good placement on. Oh my god, the other turret. You seen that? That's fucking bullshit. That's just wrong, man. Right on, OST. OST verse. Evan, what up, man? What's good, bro? The Heartbreaker chest is better than Spotter, Evan. It is. It is. Depending on what you're going for. But in general, I do recommend, that's what I was just saying, in general, I do recommend the Heartbreaker chest piece. Because you're not just getting 50% damage, which is more than what Spotter gives you, but you're also getting 50% bonus armor too. So it is 2 for 1. But if you got so much damage like we did, so we were hitting at 1.3, right? That was 1.1 right there. So from a damage perspective, looks like we're gonna be at the same, but with less stacks, which means more burst. 1.25 right there. So our damage is gonna end up being the same or really close. And at the cost of losing bonus armor, but at the gain of not having to stack as hard or high. So, and that's where I was watching that little meter down there, right? And watching it stack. But overall, I do like the 2 for 1 concept and getting the bonus armor too. But you're just gonna have to gauge based on what you need, right? What is your playstyle need? And then you just go with that. But apparently we don't need damage, any more damage. I think we're okay at 1.3. And so we're just now getting there a little bit faster. Oh, there's somebody behind me. No! Oh, come on. How can he be that fast? I mean, where are you? They didn't have such pinpoint accuracy. Favorite mobs to kill? I mean, I guess I like the True Sons best, except for the right foam. That guy literally not coming to get me? What the fuck?
Agent vital signs 0.
I mean, a lot of the reasons why I fight the True Sons is that they're in the zone that I play, the East Small and Southwest. But I do end up liking them better. I feel like they're more realistic. I love fighting the Tusk too, though. I do like fighting the Black Tusk. I think the Outcasts are annoying because, you know, they got their average grunt. The way he plays is kind of annoying. They kind of play like the Outcasts, you know, where they'll get out of cover and then they'll just kind of hop, you know, and it's just like, you know, not very smart of an NPC to do that. Fucking desk. When did that desk get there? This foam guy's got to go, huh? Apparently I missed all those shots. I should have used my shotgun at least once, huh? All right, let's do that.
Incoming hostiles detected.
They're dying too fast, not getting our stacks. Ah, that fucking shield. Can't take shit for damage. Somebody hiding or what? Fuck? These stacks degrade really quickly. I feel like it's faster than what I remember. Look at that accuracy. Wow. As I'm moving and rounding corners. It's like just a red guy too. These are all spread out, aren't they? Look at him. What an idiot, that guy. Couldn't kill one guy. Those shotguns are, yeah, pretty hard, huh? Notice that? All right, let's see. No?
Supply room access unlocked.
So I still don't feel like the gun's fast enough. I'm gonna change the weapon now. It does a wonderful, lovely job of staggering, though. Does the trick, no doubt. So you can't run the Sitar and the FAMAS don't run the laser pointer, but I want to try them anyways. And I want to try the St. Elmo's actually with this, because the thing about the St. Elmo's is it's got that really nice handling mod on it, and I want to see if that's a game changer for this set. In the sense of it helps you stack because you're landing those headshots consistently. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It's worth a shot at least while we're here. I mean, some people are fine with it, you know, the way it is, even now without the St. Elmo's, and they'll run like the Kingbreaker without the laser pointer or any other source of pulse. But for me, I've just noticed, and maybe it's because I use this set in Legendary a lot. But when I was running a Legendary, I was like, oh man, it's really hard to stack. And so I'm wondering if it's going to be the... And so I kind of feel like it's the same way in Heroic. It's just like, it just doesn't, you don't get the girth of your stacks as much, you know? Smaller target, more misses.
Control point nearby.
I've used this like with a vector, the vectors, because they can handle laser pointers too. And because of its rate of fire, it feels like you don't need to swap to the shotgun so much. And then you do a really good job of maintaining your bonus armor. Watch, you're gonna go in that goalie, they always do. Really? Wow. Really? Jesus Christ. Fucking fire? Like grew. You see that clutch looked a lot better right there, right? A lot better because of the RPM pickup. So I'm seeing the pulse, so that's good. That's good. The catch is how early is it popping on? Come on, get down. Doesn't let me break the foam some lately. Has anybody else been having that problem? The button's there, but like nothing happens when you... I'm noticing that happened a couple days, last couple days. Couldn't break the foam. Thought I was done.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
He still foamed me. Come on. God. Magic foam, huh?
Reporting location nearby.
It's working pretty decently.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Oh, that fucking shield. Look at that. And foamed. I'm fucking
Agent down.
They slaughtered me right there. And that shield goes down, you're fucking toast. You know, one of the good things about the Kingbreaker over the St. Elmo's is that the Kingbreaker does a really good job of staggering. It's just a good stagger weapon. Really? Yeah.
Agent.
I got the most worthless backup. Worthless. Might as well start back over here. Yeah, it might be a good fit. It might be a good fit. Feels a little cheesy a little bit, you know what I mean? Dude, with the St. Elmo's is kind of cheesy, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, OST. Like, staggering is really useful. And a lot of the reasons why we were surviving is because was because the Kingbreaker just staggered, you know? And so they couldn't get that shot off, or, you know, they'd get shots off, but as soon as I got that stagger in there, they were done, right? And then it was just a matter of finishing them. So where the St. Elmo's, it staggers in the form of shock, in which you have to get 100 rounds to earn, and it's gone pretty quickly. And it can still stagger outside of that, but I think it's less frequent because the amount of damage it does per second as a percentage of their armor. So it's okay, you know, it's okay. I mean, I want to try one more control point before trying another weapon. But the CTAR with the backpack is what I usually run. Even the rail splitter with the clutch, because of that fast RPM. 850 should be good too, but I've run it with 850 and like with an SMG in the backpack, and it was kind of like, yeah, it's okay. It's like that 50 RPM difference does feel like it makes a difference, you know. But let's try this one more time, and then see if we like it. See if we can read into it. But if I do go this way, I could run gunner, so that'd be the advantage. I could also take off perfect clutch, and run regular clutch on another Uzina, which would be like, you know, something like this, which would be the win there. You see, so I could end up picking up a lot more survivability. I'd have 20% armor on kill, right? Gunner, or even run firewall and pick up more damage off that shield. Or I could run the tempted here. I could run the shock holster, right? That'd be kind of cool. Should we try that? I mean, I'm gonna have to do that. But we pick up a skill tier, which, I mean, an armor core, which wouldn't be bad. That'd be a cool combo. Since we're running this anyways, and we're running this anyways, then we might as well run this. It's the only time you can run it was when you're running all three, right? And then let's see here. And then we get that bonus armor back. And then, I mean, it kind of makes me want to not drop. I know, this is funny. It kind of makes me want to drop clutch and then put on the Lavaseer and get more bonus armor on shock, right? Wouldn't that be smarter? Smarter in a dumb way? You see what I'm saying? And then we don't need technician, so then we get armor on kill on top of that. That'd be kind of cool, right? Obviously, we could run a memento and run, you know. But let's, for the creativity's sake. Because we got two sources of, and And status effects isn't a bad thing to be running, so I don't mind running that little bit of status because of... Let's see what stats do we have there. Crit damage, headshot damage. All right, we'll keep that. And then 41, let's put some crit chance on. Oh, you know what? I don't think we had enough crits on the... I just now realized that. I don't think we had enough crits on the build for clutch. I just now realized that. Forgot about that. I think we were running like 51 or something, like 52, 54, somewhere around there. But I think we want to peak that up to 60. Anytime you have that like crit-based something, whether it's obliterate or whatever. I think killer's crit-based, right? Because you got to kill with the crit. And then... the backpack like clutch that requires critting, then you want to, even if you're not running a heavy crit build, you want to make sure your crits are peaked so that you get the most out of those talents. Yeah, that's a good one, Avenger. I like that Regulus with the holster. The Dodge City is I like the Dodge City. It's a lot of pressure on that shot though. That's the only downside. Is like I tend to miss that shot like a good 30% of the time. But for starting out battles, it's pretty good if you go in undetected, you know? So I kind of like the idea of Firewall more than Gunner because we're going to have bonus armor. And so if it's, you know, it's decent heals, we should be okay. So let's go more damage. Let's have some fun with this. Go more damage, assault rifle, shotgun. We're good there. Okay, cool. And if it doesn't work out, we'll go back to armor on kill. But that gives us a stronger shield too. And then we can scale up our damage. So let's see here. I like this shield. I mean, if there's a reason to run a shield, this is it. And it's not a defense reason, it's an offensive reason too. Both, right? There we go. It's only a tier 1 shield. We can still add armor. If we want to. There's nothing wrong with running another armor core at 1.1. You're not going to lose enough damage. I'm just kind of holding here just to see how it performs, and then we'll start inking in more perks to the build. 1.1 isn't bad on this. I would totally run 1.1. Actually, I recommend even 1.3. Usually, I say like a good Heartbreaker build, like 1.3, you know? Because of all that bonus armor you get. Just like, take advantage. An exotic shield would be cool. Wouldn't it be cool to get exotic skills? You know, I think it's kind of weird to call this an exotic. I get why. I know it's not literally an exotic gear set because there's only one gear item. But wouldn't it be cool to have like exotic skills? Like where you could, I don't know. What would that look like? All right, this should be fun. So, got a little bit of everything. So the one downside is that the shotgun integration is a little tough with the St. Elmo's, because if you switch out of your St. Elmo's, you'll lose your stack. The cooldown on that is actually really good. Good bonus armor. Mama, I killed the man. The hell are you guys? Fuck. Oh, there's somebody else in there. I didn't really need to shock him. Apparently I had shock ammo in reserve too. Feels good so far. Yeah, it feels pretty cool.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Shit.
Vital signs critical.
So now that I have my shock ammo, I can switch, right? I'll lose some stacks though. Fucking good, dude. Just way out there, fuck. This guy does that every time. He loves that spot. Ah, come on, hold still, fuck. You know, I put so many bullets in these guys' backpacks, it's insane. Really? Fuck.
Serious trauma detected.
See our stacks? A part of that's sort of the map. The spread here, see all that running we're doing? You know. And then we got a lot of stacks too. That's also the problem. We could try the backpack. The hell are you? There you are. See all those misses right there? That's because it's a full, you know, you got to pulse first, and so your headshot first. Where I usually go for upper chest box, hitbox, and then work my way up to the head. And so it is where that early miss, right, means no damage at all because I'm sitting here trying to go for that head right away. And that's where I don't like the... That's why I don't like the bighorn, because it forces that strategy on you too, even without this build, right? Like, the bighorn says, headshots and only headshots, basically. But nonetheless, besides that, it feels great. Like, it's fun. I'm having a good time. Easy peasy. But I want to fix that, you know, that little... We're having a hard time reaching the top stack of Heartbreaker. Which means we're not getting value out of it as much as we should be. I was thinking that too, Evan. I would love that. One that prevents body flinching too. Fucking hate body flinch in this game. It's really annoying. There's no counter to it. But yeah, I love movement speed ideas. I feel like character stats would be nice. Okay, so the shock thing's nice, but let's rearrange some things here. If I drop the chest back to closer and then move this to, oh, of course I don't have a backpack on me right now. Of course I don't. I don't normally run the Heartbreaker backpack without the Heartbreaker chest, but it doubles our bonus armor on 50 stacks, so we end up with the same 100% bonus armor as if we were running the chest piece. So let me go over here, pick that up. You know what would be cool, Antil, is a shield that you can throw on your back. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be a cool exotic shield. Like, have you guys ever seen that like in other games, like Call of Duty, like where you see the shield on their back and it's deployed? That would be cool for this game, because that's a weakness, right? Is like getting shot in the back, where you can alternate your shield, and so instead of putting it away, you throw it on your back. Oh, thanks, Modest Mouse. I see you, man. Appreciate that. Trying to get that things going over there, you know? All right. Close enough. I'm just gonna take this a good chance. Yeah, this would be a unique setup if we got this right. So we only have to stack 50 times, but we're gonna double the bonus armor off of that. So that's cool. So we'll get bonus armor whether we're shocking or not. And then we got 2 sources of shock. So yeah, let's see if this changes that. El Tortuga, I like that. Good one. El Tortuga. I mean, that'd be cool, right? Bonus armor. And then a back shield. Oops, that's not that one. Oh, that's right. We got him in the head. Sorry. I remember that.
Reinforcements incoming.
Ooh, I didn't see that guy there. I like that because that's sort of like free stacking as long as you get that headshot in. Where'd that guy go? God, one man just broke my shield. I mean, weak. Fuck. I should have shocked. I forget I have that sometimes. Ah, break, break. See, I can't break right here. There's no break. There's no break. That keeps happening to me. Oh, it's so annoying. God, I wish this holster worked with other weapons. You know, wouldn't it be cool to have the Kingbreaker that shocked on melee?
Hostile control point identified.
Or any weapon, really? Could be so cool. Like if you pistol whip somebody and they shock, oh, I would love that. To make so many pistol builds amazing. Like the Regulus shock, blow them up as they're sitting there shaken to death. Let's try this again. Oh, I just lost all my stacks by switching. Come on, guys. What are you fucking doing? Jesus, really? You just went upstairs?
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
So I still got to strike the head. Fucking shield, man. It's so frustrating how easy it breaks.
Serious trauma detected.
Gotta heal up from that. You know, we should have totally wiped them right there. Totally have wiped them. See all those misses right there? You know, as a just so the acquisition of your pulse really can slow down your kill. And you're stacking.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
But that aside, I'm also seeing the damage numbers are just pretty drastically different. Where we were hitting at 1.3 million with the Kingbreaker, now we're hitting at maybe 600. I mean, RPM's picked up, but not that much. $785 right there. Basically full stacks. I mean, that's quite a drop in damage. We're at like 50% of what we were hitting earlier. I mean, we got shocked though. Not all the time, right? And when you do have it, it's expended pretty quickly. Pulse an enemy just means highlight, basically. So it makes them glow. And then the build, so you can see them in the dark or easier to identify your target. And then the set stacks damage and bonus armor based off of that. So we need it. We need the pulse in order for the set to basically operate as intended on this one. Okay, so let's mix it up a little bit here. And so, not happy with the numbers on that one. It's obviously it still works, but we were way stronger before. So I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna go back to this. Yeah, I don't care about that. And then, which means we get rid of this. And then I'm gonna put this as the Picaros. And we're gonna run it like that. Wait, we got an extra slot. Let's put damage to armor or crits. We do need more crits probably too. 4493, we're all right. So that's double bonus armor there. And so we're gonna run mega bonus armor instead. Basically, that's the combo, the traditional combo on that. So I'll do that. 4493. Choose one of these to crit chance. And so I'm not going to run the laser pointer at the moment, even though I know it's a better idea. But because of all the stacks we're doing, let me run. I want one control point without it. Also, I wouldn't mind throwing the scope on this too because of how stable of a weapon is. All right. Yeah, I actually think the Kingbreakers are a very stable weapon. I have a lot of luck with headshots. It's way easier to control. It does have a heavy kick, but it's easier to rebound that kick. All right, let's see.
A hostile control point detected.
So we're still going to be looking at this. So we're still going to be analyzing the stacking here. But the thing is, now I have more freedom to switch to the shotgun, where with the St. Elmo's, you lose your stacks if you don't have your shock ammo. So it made it really difficult to bring in the shotgun. It was a little more situational. So let's see if we can do a better job with this. But it's a lot of stacks. We need 100 now. So with the shotgun, as you can see, the bonus armor gets quite girthy.
Reinforcements en route.
Give me a fight. Here we go, we're full. 1.4. It's quite a bit different, right? 1.4, and that's with bonus armor backpack. Oh, yeah. Love that. Oh, sorry about that. See how easy it is to land headshots with this one? 1.5. Yeah, I think this is a better build. We're getting lots of bonus armor too. Yeah. Grab this ammo real quick. Yeah, feels good. It does feel good. You don't have to run the scope if you want to, but I like it. Especially if I'm going to be going for headshots like we are. Fucking shield again. We'll add armor. We'll add an armor core. Beef that shield up. But I just wanted to get the damage first. What? Really? You hitting that hard? Jesus. Really? Come on. What are you doing over there? 70 meters away and he's up the street. We've already cleared the first half. You know what I mean? These guys haven't even entered yet. Man, these guys are a big disappointment. Fucking civilians. Whoa, they're fucking all over me. Fucking damn, we're gonna get toasted again. Oof, oh. Almost got out of that, damn. Let's see, we're out of, we lost control of the control point. They're swarming. You want to make sure you, part of your crowd control as a DPS player, right, is to catch them, keep them on their heels, keep them from settling in, pulling in your flanks. And so it's always the sad part about going down is you lose that advantage. Enemies start setting up camp. I find it annoying that you can't stack on tech with this set. Like, why? It's like, I'm sorry. That shield's gonna break and I'm toast. Yep. We need to fix this shield. All right, let me kill it. Let me kill it. We need an armor core. Here? Hold on, do I want to run technician now that I'm back here? Maybe. Let's do that. Having the shield is not, you know, the extra damage with the shield, but I think where we're at with the Kingbreaker, we got probably too much damage. I know that sounds funny to say, but like what I mean is like we're hitting at what, 1.5 million, and so, you know, dropping it down to even like 1.3 or 1.2 million, you're not even gonna notice. Your time to kill's changed. You know what I mean? You're not even gonna notice. You won't. You'll see it in the number. That part you'll notice, but when it comes to them, how fast it took to kill them, you're not gonna notice that part. So that's so we have room to play with. You can usually add 1 to 2 armor cores without even impacting your damage, and then I'm also going to take the damage off of the shield, so I'm going to take off firewall, so that we just it's just easier to stack, just for ease of use. So let's see, make sure we got that set up. We do. And then gonna put this back to that, and then put this back to that. Armor core, that's what we're looking for. So 1 more armor core, I think, is what we want. So let's see. See where I want to put that. I guess the gloves, huh? It's just, and really the armor, it's gonna help the bonus armor, so I'm glad to have it. So it's very welcome. 1.1 is nice on this. So, but really it's that shield, you know? Oh, fuck. And so that's not gonna make it invulnerable or anything like that, but. All right. That should be good. Yeah, so, you know, as far as like exotics or weapons that don't pulse, you can. I just noticed that the stacks, you know, it's more rare that they get to where you want them to be. So, but I mean, as far as like surviving and having enough damage to do it, you know, yeah, but a lot of things you're not taking advantage of on your build. I mean, even when we only needed 50 stacks, it was with the decay and the open field gameplay, without the pulse, it just seems slow. Okay, so this is probably the last round on this setup, and then we're gonna switch out to back to clutch, because we were working on clutch. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Fuck. Hold still. Ah, so annoying. All right, better. Yeah, but with clutch, what I'm gonna do is pull into a faster weapons, which means I'm probably gonna drop Heartbreaker, because having to worry about the pulse is kind of an annoyance. Just cause, I guess mostly because the Kingbreaker is just so damn good on this set, isn't it? It's hard to run anything else. Oh, more fucking foam. I swear to God. Jesus Christ, that foam has been killing me all night tonight. I'm not really farming for anything today. It's kind of hard for me to farm, right? You know? I just kind of go with the flow nowadays.
Hostile control point identified.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll get a drop, I'll look at it. If it's good, I keep it. If it's not, then crush it. That's my current farming strategy. I got 4 characters that are full, you know. So I do farm though. I do farm, and it's usually at the beginning of a season when we get new gear, right? And so I'm farming for, and it's pretty general. It's usually just variety, you know, just farming for some variety of things. Foamed again. .3 right there. .4. Foamed again. .35, 1.36. So yeah, so far 1.4. So we lost about 100,000 in damage,
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
give or take. But we gained an armor core. And we lost that, and the laser pointer, where we were running a firewall before. Hold still, dude. But our bonus armor is looking fantastic. Let's stack up a little bit here. The hell are they?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Fucking foam, right? It's so tanky. See, this is why I like the bonus armor. I can drop my shield. It's so vulnerable, you know? It's your weak point. Okay, let's get back on track. So we're a little off track right now. So we were looking at clutch builds, but we were having a hard time really enjoying clutch because a Heartbreaker's pulse is getting in the way. Okay, so let's put a Heartbreaker away and pick up a speedier weapon. Even though this is a great weapon, nothing wrong with it, but let's go. I mean, we can even do that. Let's do this. Devil's Due, so back there. And then we could even put this back on, but what we want to drop are these. Well, we could always do Striker. Speed is what we want. Umbra would work too, actually. Umbra could be fun with this. Let's try Umbra, as a matter of fact. Because Umbra is all about speed. So the faster you crit, the faster you heal. And it's actually a nice complement to Umbra because that's what Umbra lacks is healing in the field. So it kind of fills in a gap. Because Umbra heals when you're in cover. And so that's kind of a nice little balance. Quinn, yeah, I was using the 8X scope, AX. And I use it a lot. It's a very comfortable distance for 15-meter gameplay, even inside, as you get used to it. Yeah, you could also do negotiators too. Negotiators is really good with anything, you know, when the gear set starts out with crits, right? And what does this say? Crit, right? Clutch is saying crit. They don't say it as much in there as they need to. But really, if you're not critting, you're not repairing. It's a very poor description of the talent. And we don't, the St. Elmo's and the Shock is just a form of additional survivability in the form of defense, but really like a C-tar, I'm gonna bring the C-tar along too. This is what I normally run with this thing, even the rail splitter. So let's try that. Let me run crit chance, and I'm probably gonna put on killer on that. Actually, that'll be fun with killer. Not that we need any more crit damage, but might as well. Because we're gonna be killing. It says I'm missing them on. Oh, the mag. All right. So we might like that better, actually. All right, let's see where we're at. So 60, we need to pull some crit chance off. Still at 60. Oh, so let's see if we got the glove. Really? I remember pulling in a bunch of things. Alright. Still 16. How much we can do about that? I can't tell how much over 60 we are. Let me put this on real quick. 45, 15, so that's 15. So if I put this on, where were we, Cheska? So that's gonna pull in 10 plus 16. So, all right, it's a little over. So on the next weapon, we're at 55.7, I'll keep it. All right, so this can go crit damage. This too. And that puts us at we'll be at 259 crit damage there. And then we got some healing there. And then this chest piece is gonna give us healing RPMs as well, right? I mean, the set is healing when we're in cover. So we'll have a little bit of everything here. Now we don't need this anymore, so shame I have it on, but we'll just keep it on for a few minutes. Then I'll change it. Did I change everything already? Yeah, I guess so. I think we're good to go. All right.
Hostile control point detected.
Yeah, it's like having a donut in your window. That little stupid little circle. Umbra is pretty fun to run during Golden Bullet, by the way. It's a little brr, brr, brr of a gun, huh? Peace, I'm taking the long way.
Hostiles guarding location nearby. Heavily armored hostiles detected.
Feels fun. Oh, I forgot we had our shotgun holster. Keep forgetting that. Really?
Agent incapacitated.
God. He splatted me. Oh my God. I should have been more patient. What up, Sloppy Love? Yeah, there's I mean, there's some with really nice crosshairs. I mean, scopes. There's the red dot sight. Can't change it on this weapon, and the CTAR doesn't take a scope either. Okay, I'm gonna try the CTAR now, but keep in mind I got that holster on, so that's giving us no benefit with the CTAR. But see, CTAR is gonna give us that killer talent, and that's gonna be nice too. Fucking still, dude.
Medical assistance needed. Incoming hostiles detected.
You always climb that wall. See that? Fucking foam, man. God, double foam. Great. That feels good. Getting sick of that foam. I'm ready to put on like foam resistance on my build. You're like 100% accurate with it lately. Where'd he go?
Hostile detected.
Take that right from guys. Feel like I'm using way more mags than I need to. Might be going too fast. Bullet, you know what I mean? 900 RPMs. It's actually more, right? It's probably 12, close to 1200.
Supply room access unlocked.
I didn't feel like I was getting much out of killer either. It's probably beyond optimal. So I got, I guess that's 268, and then killer another 50 on top of that, so that'd be 318. Probably doing a little bit too many crits. All the Henrys that I get so many Henrys. Still looking for the perfect one. They're holding out. Okay, so between the two, I do like the Police M4 better. The RPM and the larger mag is cutting down those reloads. The lower RPM, larger mag. Let's see if we like that better. All right, and then let's not forget that I have that holster. I gotta shock people. This would also work out with Striker, and so I'm just trying to Umbra first. See if we can complement those heals, if we even notice it.
Control point nearby.
Yeah, actually, Nick, I'm gonna work on that next. I pulled out a Model 700, a better one that I had in my stash. Yeah, it's a good weapon. You know what I was thinking about for synergies, though? I'm not gonna use the Ecom long stick. I'm thinking it actually played better with, what do you call it? Lucky Shot. And the reason why is because what's this Model 700's advantage? Larger mag. And what does Lucky Shot do? Give you another more larger mag and return shots. And so obviously it's not a new talent, but there's a synergy there that I would like to exploit. Fucking foam, always the foam, huh? All right, let's watch that clutch. So these guys are too easy to kill. We need a heftier target. Oh.
Vital signs critical. Hostiles detected.
Really? What fucking kind of grenade was that? Oh my god. What is going on?
Agent down.
Somebody grenaded me? I mean, like, what kind of grenade did they have? It couldn't have been the boss, right? She was shocked. I mean, I guess it was that lady in the door, but that was one hell of a grenade, right? If you think about it. Damn. That turret is really annoying. Hell of an angle. It's kind of a nice holster. Probably don't need it.
Back away now.
Really? Oh, you know, I keep forgetting about that shock. God damn it. Please don't make me go all the way over there.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Vital signs critical.
Really? God damn, I'm having bad luck today, man. Yeah, adaptive instincts would be, you're right. That would work too, actually. It's very fast. And also really good with the set. God, they broke that shield really easy, huh? I mean, how many shields have I broken today, man? And right from to hell today too, huh? Damn. I'm just not having a good time today.
Agent killed.
Getting crunched. I'm gonna pull in more power. Less speed, more power. Keep forgetting about this shock holster anyways. That's all I wanted. God damn it, I'm gonna have to change that. That's alright, because I gotta fix my backpack anyways. Specialization's off. It's got, we need to make sure we put on gunner, so we have some sort of armor and kill. Complement, kind of give Clutch some spurts of heals. And like, what sense? You don't want to use the talent Vanguard, is what you're saying? It is, man. You're right. It is overused. It is overused. I feel like the St. Elmo's is going to end up being the Scorpio for me. Like, I don't use the Scorpio. I feel like it's kind of a crutch weapon, you know, and overused, also overused. And so, I mean, it was fun for me for a minute too, just like everybody else liked it. And then after a while, it just got really old. And you'd think I would have the same feelings about the Memento, but I don't. Because it's also overused, right? The Memento? Hella overused. Yeah, you're right, he's saying. Senor Evil. Yeah, I was watching some dude use it the other day. Or today, actually. And I felt bad for the other guy. You know, he just got shocked, and you know, he had a lot of armor, and he just got shredded because he got shocked, didn't have a chance. I was just like, oh, poor sucker. It just seems so unfair. And what ends up happening is everybody just starts running it, right? Everybody's running it. First to shock wins. Name of the game. Am I full? What did I pick up? I don't remember grabbing anything. Let's get you rid of you guys. Yeah, and it's not a bad weapon, right? It's not a bad weapon. Just like the Scorpio's not bad. They're awesome. They're godly, right? They are. And so it's not that. It's more of the cheese factor. Sometimes I think I just get personally, I just get tired of the cheese on some things. And some things I don't, you know, totally taste. Like Determined is cheese, right? And I fucking love Determined. Love it. Yeah, Vanguard is pull it out, put it away. You don't have to use it all the time. Sorry, let me read your comment. So you don't want Vanguard at all. Okay, then run, then you run Tardigrade. That'll give your team bonus armor too. It's the Tardigrade exotic chest piece. Yeah. Otherwise, you can run, otherwise you can run, let me reset the control points. What's the one that's called when you get in cover? Overwatch. Run Overwatch and give your team damage. So that's another good option. The Chatterbox, I mean, I haven't run the Chatterbox truly in a while, and you'd probably want to take Hunter's Fury. I did run it with PVE and had a really good time with that, like a protection from elites build, because you're so godly out there taking damage. It felt pretty good. But don't run it with the Umbra. There's an how do you say, like an inclination to buff its RPMs. So the worst part about the Chatterbox is in content, in heroic content, half of your encounters are going to be small change enemies, right? Like one enemy engagements, 1-2 guys coming outdoors half of the time. And so half of the time it's going to feel really underwhelming unless you're really good at saving your how do you say, your RPMs, about preserving it, which is not always possible, right? But if you're good at that, then, you know, it's less painful, but that's the Chatterbox is the opposite of the Lady Death, is the way I look at it. And so the Lady Death is like really good in small engagements, but really difficult in bigger engagements, like where you're up against 5 enemies. It still works, just like the Chatterbox works in small enemies, but it's because of its small mag and the amount of reloads and the amount of extra running in circles that you have to do to encounter that enemy, engage that enemy. So you got to run in circles to make sure you're maintaining your stacks. Makes it a little less fun for the bigger engagements, but really OP when you're coming against the onesie twosies. And the Chatterbox is the exact opposite. The Chatterbox is like amazing against the big engagements, and then you got your auto reloads and all that, but against small engagements, which is 50% of the time easy. All right, this should be a good build. Let's see that. I haven't run it with this gun before, but more fucking foam, huh? Look at that accuracy. Look at that accuracy. That's a fucking turret. My shield didn't fucking proc. That's a turret, guys. That's that turret at that distance. Did you see my crits heal me? Did you see that? I expired the timer. That was really amazing heals. Watch. I'm missing a lot of shots, but yeah, let me get a closer target. So I'm running 1.1 million armor, I think, on this. God, those fucking turrets are nasty. Their accuracy is just ridiculous. Break. The fuck? The shock ammo ruins it, right? Like where it's supposed to break and it just sits there as you're pumping extra bullets into it, hoping it breaks. It's like stuck in some sort of shock animation. Oops. Clutch and Striker are almost made for each other.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Answer me!
Get up, dude. What are you afraid of? Enemies doing back here? Yeah, so you can see it shine a little bit here. It's a little bit more clear that it works. And so I kind of got a couple of compensators I'll talk to you about. Like one being that we're running Gunner to offset the fact that I'm running, watch the heals here. See that? To compensate for me running armor cores, right? So by running armor cores, you're weakening clutch. And so the Gunner kind of helps offset that. So I got an armor core here. Not weakening it by much, but that's gonna fill that in. But, and yeah, that was a good run. I felt like, you know, we were full armor almost the whole time. And we were back in business pretty quickly. I think that's what you want to see. Yeah, I hope we get new weapons too. Yeah, gory neck. Yeah, he's wearing perfect galvanized as the backpack. So he was looking for an alternate to Vanguard because he didn't want to use the shield. So yeah, the build runs 2.1 million armor, and then you're giving your team 100% of your armor with Vanguard. And so it'll be a little bit different with tardigrade. Vanguard and whatchamacallit, galvanized together, that is.
Hostile broadcast detected.
50% from the chest piece, 50 from the backpack. Very nice little build. Put that assault rifle to work. Yeah, so simple setup and works nicely. So basically, I mean, you have alternates to this, but this would be a good legendary version one if you're really adverse to running the memento, you know. But the reality is, in heroic content, I mean, what would this is Clutch's problem, right? What would, if you're running like how I'm playing, what would keep you from just running the memento? You'd get more out of it, right? Because you're gonna get an armor core, you're gonna get stronger healer, and then you're gonna get 3% regen and then bonus armor. There's no doubt that that's the better way to go, right? So it's only if you're looking for builds without the memento would this be the way to go, for whatever reason why you're not running a memento, and there are reasons, right? So and it's kind of nice because like in legendary, because your alternative would be like Bloodsucker also, but Bloodsucker requires chain killing. It's actually more difficult, in my opinion, than getting your memento trophies. Right? Because you got 10 seconds on Bloodsucker, and your allies might steal your kill, and then the problem with Bloodsucker is it takes 2 or 3 kills to get it to be worth anything, and then it times out because your ally gets your kill, right? And so there's all sorts of talents like that, unstoppable force, blah. So so I do think Clutch is better than Bloodsucker in team play because of that reason. But I still like the memento in team play for me, you know. I don't see any reason why not. But yeah, I'm curious. But yeah, I hope we get new weapons. I hope we get new chest talents and backpack talents. I'm curious to see what our gear is gonna be. Aren't you guys? Man, that's what I'm always most excited about. I'm excited for the new excursion and all that. But really, you know, for me, it's just like, oh, what weapons are we gonna get? I mean, what cool? That's content for me, right? That's really good. That's really new stuff. Okay, we're gonna change builds. We're gonna get out of the AR. So we're gonna start looking at that M700 build. Model 700. So like yeah, so I'm really excited to see, you know, are we gonna get, so they gave us an assault rifle. I doubt we'll get another assault rifle. I just really doubt it, you know. what I'm hoping is that we don't get another PvP season like we got last season, you know. But this is what I bet. Okay, this is what I'm gonna bet. You ready for me to bet? This is what I'm gonna bet. All right, and we'll see if I'm right or wrong. I think whatever gear set we get specifically is gonna be something that supports the incursion game mode that they're gonna drop. Right? Like, what's one of the best applications for Heartbreaker? One of the best, Countdown. Heartbreaker is my Countdown build. Like, I don't see a reason to run anything else in Countdown besides Heartbreaker. You can, of course you can. You can run Striker, Umbra, whatever you want. But Heartbreaker just does it. It's easy. Just go in there. You don't know who you're playing with all the time. Just put on something that works. It works from all perspectives. From survivability, you never have to get in cover with that thing. Maybe against the hunters, but besides that, you got more than enough bonus armor. You know, it just works. You're strong. You're on all levels. It's a really easy way to run and just no brainer. You don't have to think about it. Just slap that build together. You don't have to get creative in there. You know, just get in there and get the job done and get out. You know, it's not hard content. That's why it'll be difficult if you're new for a few turns. But after a minute, you know, you once you figure it out, it becomes very easy in there. There's 8 of you, that's why. And so the real strategy in there is just stay with your group, right? That's just stay with your group, and you're winning. You're winning because there's 8 versus whatever, and that kind of mentality is just gonna crush that content. So, anyways, Heartbreaker came with Countdown, right? And it's perfectly designed for Countdown. And that's why it was so overpowered in the beginning, if you remember. It was extremely overpowered because the devs were... I have a feeling that they didn't test it outside of Countdown. And so what ended up happening is they... because when you go in Countdown, you're fighting scale... The enemies are scaled to 8 players. So I don't think it felt overpowered to them. It didn't, right? It didn't, because the scaling is so horrible in there. So... I think they didn't realize how strong it was, and that's why. But anyways, I feel like the gear set we're gonna get is going to be nicely tied to that. Whatever that means, we don't know. Is it maybe a crowd controller? You know, maybe, I don't know. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna run determined on this. What I'm gonna run on this is, okay, so let's make sure, let me get us everybody on the same page. So we are working on an explosive resistance, basically an ecom long stick build, right? So ecom long stick. And what I realized is, like, we don't really need the damage. You don't really need Ranger, right? And the reason why is because once you activate Headhunter, and you can watch your damage, it just stays. You're hitting at 25 million, you're hitting at whatever it is, and it just stays. It doesn't matter the distance of the enemy. It's 25.2, 25.5, 25.3, 25.5, 25.2. It just, Ranger's doing nothing for you, right? It's like just a little incremental damage that doesn't matter anymore. You know, it helps in the beginning a little bit, but you know, it's just not necessary. It was much more helpful when we didn't have Chain Killer, but with Chain Killer, once it's on, you know, get out of the way enemies. And so what I realized is, you know, the M700, and this came from, this was where I opened up my own eyes from that review. That's, by the way, the video's pinned in the chats, right? That's the 66 named weapons, the legendary 66. So that, part of that was I reviewed the Ecom long stick, which is the model 700, and I realized its true advantage, right? Which was, let me compare these. As you can see, the White Death is like a godly weapon. It's godly, right? But you don't need that extra headshot damage either, unless you're running a build that you've like intentionally are driving down damage, and then this is a good, so that you can have more survivability elsewhere, then the White Death can step in. But you don't really need 137% damage. 111% is fine, which is the base standard. So you're good, right? So they're both got the same base damage. Now it looks like the White Death is stronger because I got expertise on it, all right? But really they're the same or close enough. And then the RPMs are about the same. But look at the mag difference. That's an extra 2 shots. So that doesn't sound like a lot. It doesn't, I get it. But we're talking kills. That's 5 kills and that's 7 kills, potentially, right? And so there's plenty of times where you got all 5 of those shots are killing and all 7 of those shots are killing. So that's the game changer. Or you can look at it, you got 2 extra misses to get your 5 kills, if you want to call it that. Whatever way you want to look at it. More rounds, right? More killing, less reloading. So that's its advantage over the White Death, right? You're trading off basically additional headshot damage down there for more mag, So what I was thinking was, Determined is no doubt a really good talent, but I was thinking to synergize, putting on Lucky Shot on the Model 700, which is going to increase the mag size by 30%. So that should at least give us 1 more mag round, if not 2, pushing that to 8. But now we're going to get refunded rounds when playing from cover. So, in which, you know, this talent's not new, but it's more about the synergy there, a differentiator. Let's play into the benefit of the Model 700 and get it to shine in its own way outside of what the White Death does. So you got a reason to run each depending on which kind of content you're playing or your preferences. So we want Lucky Shot, right? So it's not perfect Lucky Shot, that's right. So it's 20% and then 100% chance to return missed shots from cover, making that mag extremely nice. And that's kind of what Determined does too, right? Determined is kind of a Lucky Shot. In a way, right? Because you can go center mass and not worry at the end, and less reloading in a way. So, okay, so we got an extra round, so that's great. So we got 8. And you got really good mods selection here too. You can put more rate of fire, stability. I just went ahead and put reload speed there. So then we got custom there, stability there. You can pull in more stability if you want, but that's fine. And now from here, what we're making is an explosive resistance build. So I'm going Sawyer's, and we're farming this out, so it's not perfect yet, but so we're still working on it. And so we're gonna put hot shot pieces here, and then here, and then that's gonna give us a lot of weapon handling, right? So that's gonna give us 30% marksman damage, 30% weapon handling, and 30% headshot damage. So we don't need to run 4 pieces. We can. As a matter of fact, we could run 4 pieces because we got Lucky Shot. Let's try it. I'm not sure if I have the hot shot backpack with me. We'll try both. I don't have it. Okay, we won't try it then. So then let's bring in the Providence. I should have a Providence backpack here that I pulled in earlier today. Or an Oraldi. There we go. I'll take the Oraldi. I got a Providence also, I think. Yeah, there's kind of that one. That one kind of works too. We'll just keep that Oraldi for now. And then here we'll go a Providence. Habsburg will also work, but I'm not running armor on this. I got the knees with the armor, and that should be good. It's a play from cover build, this one, because I'm making it legendary suitable. And it's mostly gonna be legendary suitable because of that explosive resistance. It'll be heroic suitable if you play against the Tusk. So go like that. And so right here, this should put us into 60% explosive resistance when I get it all sorted. I guess I'll take that one. So let's get it sorted. What up, Wick? What up, Fog? I hope we didn't already get it with Cavalier. Cavalier sucks. Not a fan of Cavalier. I'm hoping it comes into play later, you know, like the hazard protection 2 slot. But still, I don't think we have enough space on our build for hazard protection. I still think that, like, even with it, you know. All right, so we should have enough base damage on this to take out leads, but we'll double check. So looking at defense, we got 70% out of a possible 80. So we're basically max, and 80% is max. We can get the full 80 by running 2 pieces of R and K, but it might not really be worth it to do that, right? Lose so much damage over 10% protection. If anything, we want to make sure we got enough heals to heal after the explosions. But we're also going to can't be staggered, and 30% total weapon damage coming off of this knee. So let's put on the Nemesis as backup and then go test our damage here real quick. What up, Renclaw? Yeah, we were just talking about that, yeah. All right, so yep, so we have enough damage right out of the gate with the Nemesis, and then of course you switch and then you're gonna continue on right there. So let's see what we're hitting at. 21 million, 22 million. Pretty good damage, right? And that's with Lucky Shot, guys. So with Ranger, we were hitting at 25 with more headshot damage. So basically, that's what I'm saying. It's just like 24 million right there. 25 million. So we're at the same as we are with that we were hitting with Ranger. And why? And we lost all the headshot damage. So yesterday we were running with all that headshot damage, and that's just because you just kind of hit that cap where, or the diminished return off of the damage, because Headhunters just, it does what it does. Anyways, let's go have some fun. So we got to go sniping with a real sniper outfit. So we got to put our game face on. All right, what kind of sniper mask? It's kind of cool. All right, need some camo pants, maybe. Those are kind of nice. Yeah, that's cool, huh? I like that hoodie, don't you? Like, what's going on right now? We're sniping, fools! Gotta wear a sniper outfit. Game faces. And you're like, but why are you wearing that plaid skin on your weapon? That's not very sniper-ish. Grumpy said it was Elmo Fudd's hat. Made out of Elmo Fudd's hat. Squad! Okay, so testing Lucky Shot, take 1. And we'll take this as a little heroic, legendary spin. Test it in legendary. But you can see from the damage, we have the damage that we're looking for. So, we were at 24 something. I think we hit 25. And so you would want to, in order to one-shot elites, you do want to make sure you hit that 25 in a 4-man group legendary. But there's not that many elites in legendary, so they're not really my goal, believe it or not. Actually, let me take my first shot. So there's 15 million right out of the gate right there. So I use a Nemesis or the TAC 50 to start it out.
Reinforcements incoming.
There's 25 right there. Okay, so we got the damage. Oops. 25 at 880. So without a weapon talent, lots of headshot not on there. So it's just a good weapon, right? It's a good base. Makes a lot of flexibility for your build. And then not having to reload so much. So I'm reloading the in between anyways. Put the partial reload. Cause time is on my side. Yes, it is. Cause the devs delayed the game yet again. Sure you guys have heard that news already. We talked about it last night. So the devs are pushing out the seasons. So we're starting season 2 in October sometime, hopefully in the beginning. And then they're making seasons 4 months long now. Changing their development schedule, basically. So, no major surprise. But it's always disappointing, but again, not a surprise. Your next boss. $26 almost. Wow. Love it. Love it. So it's doing the job, and we got 80% explosive resistance, right? So we'll take it into legendary and show you what it can do there. Oops. Really? Yeah, pretty consistent over 25, I think by the second kill. 25-9. We're hitting higher numbers than yesterday. I don't know why. Should be hitting less. Oh, I think it's the damage to targets out of cover is probably making a big difference. The one we were running yesterday didn't have that. It's a crappy rolled version. Really? She sucked.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Hold still, buddy. Really? These foamers, man. They're aces. Really? Oh my god. The way they move. They like glide.
Serious trauma detected.
Alright, boss. Boss has been busy, huh? Oh my god. Oh, I like all those rounds, man. Those misses did lead to no reloads. That's amazing. It's actually, I mean, it's a really good talent on snipers, right? Let's admit it. Lucky shot on snipers. Better than body shot at him. Probably better than its use on M1A. Well, that's too bad. I could have.
Rogue agent detected. Rogue sniper turret detected. Hostile sniper turret detected.
UFC 292 fight card, huh? Hold on, Dan. And eating a steak? Are you eating a steak while you watch it? Maybe later you'll get into a knife fight. Okay, we'll go look at the explosive resistance next. Go test that. So a good black tusk build or white tusk build. But outside of the tusk, you know, you don't really have any reason to run explosive resistance. So you just have to keep that in mind. So these builds for me are game changers for mostly for legendary, because I don't play against the tusk in heroic too much anymore. I used to when they were before legendaries came out. But yeah, usually my encounter with them is legendary. Or the manhunts, apparently. But if you've never run an explosive resistance build against the Tusk, you should try it one day. It's a gas. Ooh, wings. I had ribs today. I was pretty stoked. I love wings. I love ribs. Those are my two favorite meats. And then a good T-bone or porter. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. $1,500 hours. I'm scared to look at mine. I don't pay attention to my hours. I don't want to pay attention. But sometimes my hours are a little bit off because when I'm making videos, you know, I'll just be logged in, you know, and sitting at the White House.
Got your objective. Don't let anything stand in your way.
In case I need to record something on the fly. So my hours are little pushed. So the adjustments we'll want to look at making are, you know, based on how this thing performs in group, which I'll have to test, is how much heals do we want? A couple of mods could be a game changer. So if you have the choice to use your TAC 50, that's what you want to do. So I'm stacking basically my knee pads right now, get that peak damage, and then get our kill with it. There you go. So you hit that 15 million, and then we'll transfer that, right? So once you activate, you're not worried about moving anymore, you know? I wanted to take that kill real quick because he's a key target. Come on, lady. So we got explosive resistance, so let's take a hit. See that? And we don't get staggered, so it's nice. Take a little bath. Little... Come on, fucker. Are you serious? Oh, she's playing with me, huh? All right, let's get it. I see how it is. Come on, get out of cover, dude. So I'll go ahead and waste my shot on him because he's such a key target. You need to get rid of your medics. Damn it.
Medical assistance needed.
They're coming from aren't they? Ah, I was too slow.
Agent killed.
It'd be nice to have an unlimited decoy with this. Yeah, I mean, a harder hitting rifle build, they're pretty easy. You know, I recommend negotiators with them. What was that negotiators build we just created?
Anything stand in your way.
What was that one? Oh, yeah, it was the M1, it was the, sorry, Doctor's Home negotiators build, and we soloed and group legendary with it. It's pretty cool. Try that one. Doctor's Home exotic. Or use just the, if you don't like the Doctor's Home, use the M1A CQB. That's pretty good. Come on, dude. Damn. How long does it take to get ammo? See that weapon swap speed is so fast? It's that weapon handling coming off the gear set. We don't need to test much. I think you guys can see the point here. So I'll want to run this in a group mode. So we have enough damage to kill an elite out of the gate solo, but in a group that'll be scaled, so not a big deal. Oh shit, I had the wrong gun. Fuck. How did he get there? Wow.
Vital signs
So
critical.
much for can't be staggered, huh? Still got screen shake though. Ah, crap. That was a bad shot. Wow, he rolled nicely, didn't he? Wow, good hit. What a jerk. We gotta get those medics, man. They're gonna keep getting up the drone ladies, and then the problem isn't that we're taking damage from them so much, it's just that you can't get a good shot off when the drone ladies are out there.
Concentrate your fire.
There we go. Still more coming though. Don't you worry. Find those medics. There's one. Oh, that wasn't it. Somebody stepped in his way. He's lucky. But they're gonna get right here. Get everybody up. Hiding in the back and shit, you know? There's one. The other back there. Where's that medic? There he is. Got him. Nice. We're in the clear now. Thought that would be enough damage right there. Should have killed him earlier. Thought I'd have more guys. There we go. This will help. Problem is it moves so much, huh? It's like, so what I'm trying to do is shoot him in the leg. So normally you want to anticipate this. Kind of, you can avoid this pretty easily. But I failed. Can't get a good shot. They're like always running. So you don't want the blue number, you want the white number. So I'm trying to hit him in the leg. But there we go. Fuck it. Switch this out. Total bullshit. Should be dead. All right, let's kill that. Sorry about that. It was my bad. I should have taken him out earlier. Kind of boring to watch that, I agree. Yeah, so you pick off one of the enemies, get your stack though you need it to be, and then pick those guys off. I think it's like about, well, I don't remember. Is it 15 million, 18 million to kill those guys in one shot? It's something. It's not. They're not too hard to take out. Okay, let's put back on our nemesis. We'll just go until we die, and then we'll switch out. Yeah, no, normally, I actually normally run with 2 snipers. They're not normally a problem. It just wasn't focusing. I don't like running an assault rifle. It actually feels almost more ineffective with the assault rifle than it does with the sniper. Where's that sniper at? There she is. Fucking red tank. That guy back there. There he is, just the one lonely fool. So see that warhound there? We'll take him out since I can get a clear shot on his leg. There he goes. See what I'm saying? Much easier that way, right? Just one shot the warhounds, get him out of your way. The problem is I wasn't paying attention to how many guys I had left, and the warhounds are still running around. So it's with snipers, you're really powerful. The skill, the most important thing about a sniper is knowing your gameplay and just anticipating things, you know? Should pull out a turret probably. It's longer. Come on, dude. What? So we'll get a yellow rusher. A bunch of red rushers. Here comes a yellow one. Take out that drone lady. Here come the rushers. We gotta go get the drone operators now. Damn it, the accuracy on him, huh? I mean, I was moving pretty fucking good.
Deploying UAVs.
Whoa, you lucky. Thought I had you.
You see anything, call it.
Serious trauma detected.
Loading up.
She's so annoying right now. Ah! Why are you so hard? She's not coming out of cover? Dude. Tell her drones? Come on, I'm out of cover. Look at me. Shoot me. There's one guy behind the gate. This. That was a headshot. All right, let's get it on. So we're gonna try to take out one of the warhounds first. Just get them out of the way. Almost. He moved. Ugh, that hurt. Fucking rapid fire, huh? I better back up. Luckily for our explosive resistance, but we need distance because my decoy doesn't last long enough. Should have a turret. Oh my god, really? That just happened right there? All right, that's all right. Yeah, if you have ammo on your specialization, it's okay, but the Nemesis is really helpful against the cracking the Chunga's helmets, especially. That's really why I carry it around. Also against bosses, but there's no bosses in this fight. But in Heroic, the sharpshooters TAC 50, or really any specialization weapon, if you look closely at the bottom, it says reduce damage against named enemies. And so for Heroic content, it's a pretty good idea to have the Nemesis running with you to handle named enemies, which you can encounter at least twice. But if you're fully stacked at that time, you don't necessarily need it, so it's sort of just a backup. But I've always found success, actually. One of the combinations that I run is a no scope on one and then a Nemesis on the other. So I'll go like this. So no scope sniper and then a Nemesis sniper and then the TAC 50. This is like the ultimate combo for me. And the reason why is because with no scope, you can go indoors and point blank snipe and, you know, kill Chungas in 2 shots, kill elites in 1 shot at point blank distances, and be pretty godly. And then you can run preservation or determined and make that happen even faster, right? So, and then you use the Nemesis, then I will use the Nemesis only against Chungas. Or Warhound, I guess, from time to time too, or whatever. But the downside is that with the TAC 50 is that you can run out of ammo. You know, there's times you can run out of ammo. So not always, but I've been in that pickle. So, but yeah. No, you don't have to run 2 snipers, but it depends on how good you are with your sniping. Like if you're confident with your sniper skills, then I don't see anything better. You know what I mean? Like not a shotgun, not a whatever, because I'm pretty decent at point blank sniping. So when there's somebody in my face, you know, I usually get it done. So, but if that's not you, then yeah, run a, you know, you probably want to run something that hits pretty hard though. So like an M870, I mean, like you got to remember you're not running any crits, right? You got explosive resistance. So this is designed for a sniper. Like really, like that's why like an assault, putting an assault rifle on this is pretty painful. You not only do you not have crits, but you got explosive resistance and Headhunter. And the only thing that's going to work for you is the red cores and the vigilance, and I guess the knees, I guess. But I would, one way, if you're not if you need a lot of assistance from your secondary weapon, one thing you could do is just get your stacks on St. Elmo and then not use it. So get your shock Elmo, not use it, and then if you get yourself in trouble, then you can shock them and then run, right? Kind of fall back, shock and fall back, or just, I guess, lose all your shock ammo on one enemy too. That's another strategy. Yeah, but if you watch the guys there's a few guys out there that only solo legendary with snipers, you'll see that they carry a triple sniper combo. There's one guy, I don't remember his name, but that's all he does is solo legendary with snipers, and he uses the White Death, and then he'll switch out the Mantis with the Nemesis depending on which checkpoint he's in. So he can take advantage of the quick decoy. Right, one shot and you get your decoy back, and so he'll play into that. And that's the weakness on this setup is the decoy timing. And so because when that decoy comes out, you know, you got a whole enemy laying it down on you. And so if I was running the memento, it would kind of fix that, right? Because the memento gives you that skill tier, and then 30% skill duration, and then 30% skill haste. So it's very helpful to run the momentum with that, but that's not this build strategy. This one's gonna probably be more of a team build. So good news is that you got 3 other guys to pull aggro from you, for you. You know what I mean? So you can spend more time two-shotting Chungas and taking everybody else out in a single shot. And then when you take that explosive, you don't get popped out of cover as well. Yeah, they added the ninja bike into the loophole. I think that was in the last patch notes. I think they confirmed that last patch notes, if I remember right. 18.3. Kind of nice. Well, how many room to save anything right now? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to go through and delete stuff probably tomorrow. Oh look, they graced us with another model 700. It's bad version though. Anyways, so to the topic of the day though, really so we were looking for the synergy, and I really feel like it played out nicely, that lucky shot, you know? I mean, just really cut down on the reload. I was reloading by choice, you know what I mean? In between shots, in between kills, just picking up a couple extra rounds, putting them back in. And so lucky shots definitely not new, but the point is that if you're gonna run that model 700 that has the power of the White Death and 2 extra rounds, why not lean into that, pull in an extra round? Now you got 3 extra rounds, and you got refund on that. And as you can see, if you're a reasonable shot, then you're not going to miss Determined so much. Determined's really good, right? Determined's really good. So, you know, that's always a competition. You got to have a good damn reason to not run Determined. And one of them can be, it's cheesy. It is kind of a little cheesy, right? It's kind of a cheese thing, but if you're willing to overlook that. All right, everybody, I appreciate it, man. So tomorrow I'm probably not going to stream, and I'll be working on some videos. We got to get busy with some videos. So Tuesday is Golden Bullet Day kickoff, right? So I'll probably I'll try to get out of my first recommended build, maybe probably a series of builds to help you guys get started. There's so many builds out there for Golden Bullet, but so what I'll probably focus on, if you guys have any requests, definitely throw them out, but what I'll probably focus on are some unique ones that you might not think of, because there's some obvious ones, right? Like And one of them I'll probably showcase on Monday morning or Tuesday morning, but it'll be the first time we've seen St. Elmo's with a golden bullet. So, but it's gonna be pretty damn obvious how that's gonna work out, right? So, to the point where, as a matter of fact, I mean, so it's really all going to be, I think the St. Elmo's is all going to be about its mag size, and the shock, you're not going to care. And the reason why is because you're killing people so fast with the golden bullet that the shock is like whatever, you know, but the 70 round mag of golden bullet is going to be nice, right? So I'm sure St. Elmo's striker golden bullet's going to be obvious, an obvious one there. So that will be in the recommended list. And then, but besides that, I'll put some kind of unique ones that will be like, hey, this is an off the beaten path, but really worth running for Golden Bullet. Because that's what Golden Bullet's about, right? Is sort of exploring new things, especially for the length of time that we're going to have it. You know, so you're going to want to have your good ones that are good for farming and getting those red stars and all that stuff. But I think they're going to push it out 2 weeks. So, and then we're going to get some other global events throughout the month. So lots of red stars. I don't think you're going to have to worry about caches. And then, so it's time to explore and have fun and just kind of get into the, what do you call it? The fantasy build. That's what I'm gonna, the fantasy power, and enjoy it. So, all right, everybody, I'll catch you later.